In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 super fun sketchbook drawing ideas using acrylic markers. So let's get started. Okay, so our first drawing idea is going to be a desert landscape. So I started with a simple horizontal line across the middle of the page. Then I added a few mountains, nothing too perfect or serious. I used a cream color to draw the mountains. Then I drew a line down the middle of each mountain using a darker color. So one side of the mountain it's going to be lighter than the other side. This will create light and shadows for these simple mountains. This color combination gives this drawing a very sunny desert vibe. Then I used a white acrylic marker to create even more highlights on the edges of the mountains. So after I was done with the mountains, I started covering the rest of the page with a very light pink. And then I also blend in a few other colors on the sides. Then I started drawing the road. At first, I wanted a very curvy road, and I tried to do that with that brown color. But then later on, you're going to see in the video that I changed the road to a very straight road, which looked much better. So as I was thinking about what to do with that road, then I started coloring or creating some vegetation in front of the mountains. So usually desert vegetation is very pale light green, and that's the color I'm using there. I'm also going to combine with a few other colors and even a darker green to create some shadows. Then I started drawing the cactus. So I'm using a mint green here for this first cactus. All these cactus are going to be very simple. This is not a realistic drawing. It's just supposed to be fun and playful. So this cactus is going to be very simple, just with a trunk and a couple of arms on the sides. And then I'm also using a darker tone of green to create some shadows for this cactus. The cactus in the foreground are much bigger than the cactus all the way in the back near the mountains. When we draw subjects in the foreground much larger than the subjects in the background, creates depth and distance in your drawings. So that is a very useful skill to have if you want to draw landscapes. So after I was done drawing the cactus, I started drawing the sun. This is going to be a very bright sun because in the desert, usually the sun is very intense. To represent that, I'm going to create the sun rays, and they're going to be very bold and colorful. The acrylic pens that you see me using in this drawing are from the KINGART brand. This is a very nice brand and fairly affordable as well. These markers that I have today are from the Pastel palette, and I'm also using some of the vintage palette or vintage colors, which are very beautiful colors. And you will also see me using some of the KINGART acrylic markers in bold colors. So I will leave in the description of this video a list of all the art supplies I used. But if you have any questions about any of the art supplies I'm using today, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I always try to answer all the comments. So as you can see here, I'm creating some dots for the sun rays just to make it more interesting and playful. And then I started working on the road again, trying to fix that curvy lines for the road. And then I finally decided that there was no way to save the curvy lines for the road. And then I decided to create just a simple straight road, which looked so much better. So that is one of the benefits of acrylic markers, is that if you don't like something, you can always fix with acrylic markers. Or if you change your mind about something in your drawing, you can always fix with acrylic markers. So I just complete the road off camera with brown on the edges and cream and beige in the middle. It looks so much better like that. Then I used my Posca marker to add some dots on the pink sun rays, and I also add some dots on the yellow sun rays. I have another desert drawing that is very similar to this one, but is completely in black and white. So if you like black and white drawings, you can watch this drawing process in this video over here, and I will also leave a link in the description. So let's go ahead and remove the tape and see how our drawing is looking so far. So I decided to add a few more shading on the cactus and also on the ground near the cactus. I used a Pigma micron pen for some of the shading in the cactus and color pencils for the shading on the ground. The shading makes the drawing so much more interesting. So then I also used some shading for the mountains. I'm using a Crazy Art color pencils. You don't need to use any expensive color pencils because they are just complementing your acrylic marker art. So any affordable color pencils will work. Then I grabbed my Pigma micron pen and again added a few more shading on the mountains and also on the side of the road. Okay, so here we have our desert landscape drawing finished. I hope you enjoyed this drawing. I think it's very playful and fun. It was easy to create and the process was super enjoyable. Let's see how this drawing would look if we were to print on very large canvas and hang on our wall. Okay, for the next drawing, let's grab a circular ruler or honestly anything round and trace a circle. Then let's mark the middle at the top and bottom of the circle. And then what we can do is to add two little side lines. Then let's just erase some parts of the circle. This method of drawing a vase helps to ensure that the vase is symmetrical. Once the shape looks good, I color the shape with a light pink acrylic pen. But it was a little too soft, so I brought in a darker pink to give a little more personality. For this page, I wanted the vase to kind of match the desert landscape, so I stayed with the same warm colors and theme. I'm going to draw a cactus inside the vase, so that way the two pages feel connected, like they belong together. These acrylic brush pens are so fun to use. They feel super soft, it's so smooth and so easy to control. I'm using the KINGART Pro acrylic brush pens from the vintage color set. I am not being sponsored by KINGART, I really just like to use them. Acrylic markers don't bleed through the next page, which for me is always a win in a sketchbook. So for the cactus, I just drew a few oval shapes and filled them with a light green. They looked a little bit too pale, so I used a darker green on top of it. Then I popped in some tiny little flowers and a few simple spikes. This vase and cactus don't really need to be realistic. They're just supposed to feel playful, cute, and a little bit whimsical. To finish it off, I decorated the vase with some extra lines and dots just to look a little more cheerful and complete. And that's it, the cactus vase is done. I think it turned out pretty sweet and I can totally imagine this print out and hanging on the wall. Okay, so for the next drawing, I'm dealing with some of those classic sketchbook moments, which is some alcohol marker from the page before decided to bleed through. So instead of stressing about it, I just covered the whole page with this bright hot pink. I needed to add 2 layers of this hot pink to fully cover the page. For this drawing, I'm using the larger KINGART acrylic paint markers because those rounded tips make filling so much easier for these larger areas. So after the hot pink was done, I added a few whimsical flowers. Nothing realistic or perfect, just cute little shapes and colors that make me happy. I used a dark purple for the petals. It needed a couple layers of acrylic marker to really look good. For the center of the flowers, I used mainly white, but I also blended in with some pink and brown. Then I switched to a Posca marker for the leaves and for some tiny white details. I use the Posca marker because they show better over darker colors. I also use a white gel pen for those delicate little lines on the leaves and stems. And I used my Pigma Micron pen to add even a few more details between the petals. Then I also added a few white polka dots to fill the whole page and make it look more playful. Okay, so for the next drawing idea, I thought sunflowers would be fun. So I started with these little semicircle shapes for the centers and then added bright yellow petals around them. I brought in some browns for the center and blend in with tiny bit into the petals for soft shading. At first, it looked a little messy, but honestly, that's kind of part of the process. Once the details went in, it started coming together in the cutest way. These acrylic markers have bigger tips, so they make everything move along really quickly, which I actually love for sketchbook pages. They are really not made for super tiny detail work, but for those loose, happy, and expressive flowers, they're perfect. I also added a few extra petals for these sunflowers behind the first layer, just to make them feel fuller. I played around with some yellow, brown, and white for easy shadows and highlights. And for the center, I added little dots in white, brown, and black. I also used my Pigma Micron pen to add some lines and dots for the petals of the sunflower and make everything look more charming. So once I was done with most of the flowers, I decided to add some very large green leaves. Sunflower leaves are usually pretty big, so the larger acrylic marker made that part super easy. Then I came back with the Pigma Micron pen for the veins and a few little extra details. One corner of the page felt a little bit empty, so I added an extra sunflower there. I really liked how relaxed these sunflowers felt. They are simple, cheerful, and beginner-friendly. I felt like this page was something that I didn't have to overthink anything. I just added color and layer things up, and everything turned out okay. Now, for the last drawing, I wanted to make a cute little mushroom with a big moon. So I used a mix of KINGART markers and also my Sharpie acrylic markers. I started with the mushroom. Then you will see me here adding a very large blue moon right behind the mushroom. And the background is going to be a very dark blue. It took me a couple of layers to cover the background to make sure it would cover the whole page. So one of the things that I really like about acrylic markers is that you can always change things or fix things as you go. For the mushroom cap, I played around with reds, pinks, and a few white highlights. So blending a bigger area in acrylic markers can be a little bit challenging. So sometimes it's best to just keep layering colors until it looks good. I really hope that these acrylic markers ideas gave you some inspiration for your sketchbook. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. So since the background was very dark, some of the colors for those leaves didn't appear so well, so I had to do a couple of layers for the leaves as well. I also added the mushroom spots with my white pen, and I also added some extra black with my Pigma Micron pen for more shadows and a few more details. Those little dark dots really help the mushroom stand out. Okay, so now let's peel off the tape and see if it looks good. Okay, so let's see how this whimsical mushroom would look if we were to print in a large canvas and hang it on the wall. Thank you so much for watching and for staying with me throughout this video. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye-bye!